Hello, my name's Gabe. For this problem, we're asked to solve the rational equation 1 over x minus 1 over x plus 1 equals 3. In order to solve this equation, we'll begin by multiplying each side by the least common denominator, which in this case is x times x plus 1. Now we'll use the distributive property to multiply both 1 over x and 1 over x plus 1 by x times x plus 1, which leaves us with x times x plus 1 times 1 over x minus x times x plus 1 times 1 divided by x plus 1. And on the right-hand side, we can also use the distributive property and distribute the 3x to both x and 1, leaving us with a 3x squared plus 3x. Now on the left-hand side, we'll notice that in this term, the x's will cancel, and in this term, the x plus 1's will cancel. Which leaves us with the equation x plus 1 minus x is equal to 3x squared plus 3x. And on the left-hand side, since we have an x and a minus x, they will cancel with each other, leaving us with 1 is equal to 3x squared plus 3x. So since this is a quadratic, we'll want the equation to be set equal to 0, and we'll obtain that by subtracting 1 from each side of the equation, which leaves us with 3x squared plus 3x minus 1 equals 0. Now, since this equation does not factor nicely, we'll use the quadratic formula to find our solutions. So x is equal to negative b, which in this case is negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which would be 3 squared, or 9, minus 4 times a, which is 3 in this case, times c, which is negative 1, and this is all divided by 2 times a, or 3. Now this will simplify, so x is equal to a negative 3 plus or minus 9 minus 4 times 3 times negative 1 is 21. So it's negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 21, all divided by 6. Now we must check that our solutions satisfy the initial equation. Now to check that our two solutions do satisfy the initial equation, we'll substitute both x equals negative 3 plus the square root of 21, all divided by 6, and x equals negative 3 minus the square root of 21, all divided by 6, back into the initial equation. So on the left-hand side of the board, what we have here is we have the work that we get from substituting x equals negative 3 plus the square root of 21 divided by 6 back into the initial equation. And we see that we simplify each of the fractions, and down here we multiply by the conjugate of the denominator, which here is negative 3 minus the square root of 21, and here is 3 minus the square root of 21. And this ends up simplifying down to negative 36 divided by negative 12, which is 3. So x equals negative 3 plus the square root of 21 divided by 6 is a solution to the initial equation. Now the same type work is done when we substitute x equals negative 3 minus the square root of 21 divided by 6 into the initial equation. We start off with the same fractions. We simplify, we reduce. At this stage, we multiply by the conjugates of the denominator. So negative 3 plus the square root of 21 and 3 plus the square root of 21. And this simplifies down to negative 36 divided by negative 12, which again is equal to 3. So x equals negative 3 minus the square root of 21, all divided by 6, is also a solution to the initial equation. Thank you.